versa. Well, thank you all for coming. I'm happy that we finished our lunch and ate more watermelons, so that's very good. So, document loader. There's been a lot of talk about, as John said, unstructured and structured data. So I thought this would be fitting into that theme. My name is Rob Loach. I work with Calamina as the Research and Innovation Associate Director. I'm also part of the Drupal AI initiative, working very closely with Marcus from Freely Give and Artem from 1X on the release team. Today I loaded up my Drupal profile because I was curious how long I've been a part of the Drupalverse. It said I joined Drupal.org exactly 20 years ago, which blows my mind. It's insane. So but enough about me. I wanted to talk about AI. So everyone wants AI to answer questions based on their own data. You want to be able to feel personal when you're interacting with LLMs. You want it to understand what you're all about, what you're talking about. But without that data, what do you get? What happens when that data is not available? Anyone shout something? Slop. There we go. The word of the day. AI slop. But that data can live pretty much anywhere. It can be on someone's desktop machine in like a PDF file. It can be in a Slack conversation. It can be literally anywhere. And not only that, it can also be in any format too. It could be a screenshot that you took in the past. It could be a Word document. So this can be very challenging because there's so much unstructured data there. How are you supposed to manage that? Well, welcome to Document Loader. So Document Loader, it was inspired by a Python library called LangChain. They have a document loader process which allows you to transform some of those unstructured data points into structured data. So the document loader module was spawned out of this as an idea. It was originally created by Nick from his Drupal.org name is Unkunk from Digital Trotter, and Ahmed and myself. Ahmed works with Vardot, and I'm with Calamina. So we have been maintaining this document loader and pushing a few interesting features to make it something kind of cool. So hopefully we can talk about that today. So at a broad stroke, the document loader module it gives you a plugin architecture in order to ingest documents of pretty much any kind of source, multiple different sources. It normalizes the content into a structure that it can understand. It provides default mappings for these plugins. So if you have like a JSON object, for instance, it tells the document loader plugin will help transform that into a different format. There's a common set of plugins. We have ones for Markdown, JSON, CSVs. It also interacts with Drupal really well. We've introduced a few interaction points that you commonly use in your Drupal UI. And we'll hopefully see some of those later on. And it's also extremely extensible. Everything that Document Loader does is introduced through plugins. So if you are a module developer and you want to add a different format, you can do that by introducing your own module that implements the plugin for that. So I mentioned plugins a lot. What does that look like? I just wanted to show something here. So essentially, you have a whole bunch of different file types on the left-hand side. You have PDFs, you have CSVs, you have HTML, text files, for instance. Could even be images, perhaps, documents, Word documents. When you feed these into Document Loader, it picks a plugin and then uses that plugin's transform system to output, Structured data, the key word of the day, along with slop. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. But why would you want to use this? What does this actually provide the end user? What does it provide the site builder? It allows you to talk with your documents. Imagine if you have like a policy that has 200 PDFs associated with it. No one's going to read those 200 PDFs. That's just insane. So it could allow you to talk with your documents. You could use it to instantly import websites. Let's say you want to summarize like the latest articles from 10 different news sources. It could grab those URLs and put them into a format that it could understand. We were just talking about migrations as well, legacy content migration. Imagine you have 1,000 Word docs. You got to bring those into a Drupal website somehow. Document Loader can help with that. And more. There's been a few different modules that have popped up leveraging Document Loader already that I've been like, oh yeah, that's a really cool idea. So hopefully we can jump into some of that with a demo. Yeah. Christian's yelling CC. All right, so demo time, live demo. Ooh. All right, so absolutely no guarantees that this is going to work because it's a live demo with AI, but we shall find out. So when installing Document Loader, you install it just like a normal Drupal module. So you use Composer to install it. Once it's installed, you can visit your modules page or the extend page. You can see it comes with a few different modules here. We have the Document Loader core module, MDX editor, field widget actions, automators. So I'll just talk about 2, maybe 3 modules here. But yeah, so you enable the modules. Once they're installed, you're able to visit the Document Loader settings page. This is where you configure the default Document Loader plugin that is activated when it finds some certain input source type. So in this case, we have PDF input source, and I've selected PDF parser as the plugin to use for that. There's also website here. It's going to use the web page loader plugin for that. So what does that look like when we try this out? So this Explore tab allows you to test out some of the plugins. So for this input source, let's try PDF. I have the Drupal user guide here. This is pretty old, Drupal 10. We should get a new user guide, but I'll just use it as an example. So I take the PDF, I select which plugin I want to use. So this is going to be the PDF parser. It asks me a file to use, so I'm going to stick that in. Output type is text right now, so I'll just click on this test loader. And what this does is it reaches out, grabs the content, and then uses the plugin to try to transform and understand what is inside it. And you can see that it grabbed all of the text from that PDF and stuck it in here. You can see that it output a good amount of bytes here. We got a good amount of bytes, output format as text. And it also grabs a whole bunch of metadata too. We can see that it found the title of the document. It found how many pages there are. So really cool stuff. This also works with the website stuff too, websites as well. So let's try that. I'll choose the website as the input, loader, and I'll grab a blog post, and we can output this as Markdown, for instance. And there we go. So now we have it grabs the text, outputs it as Markdown. So pretty cool. But I think it really gets interesting when we get into the interactions with Drupal's user interface. So in this case, I've introduced a field widget action. Who has used field widget actions before? A few of you. So field widget actions is a module that you can install on your site. It allows you to define certain actions to take on different widgets. So in this case, I have a a URL field or link field, document loader scraper it's called, and I've added that a field widget action called load document, which will allow us to put in the URL here. I'll click on load document, and this does the same thing. So it'll reach out to the website, try to understand what that document is, and then put the content directly into the body field. And this was just using field widget actions, and that's, if you're curious about what the field widget actions configuration looks like, you go over to the manage form display of your content type, and it is in, where is it? The link field, I think I called it, right? Oh, there we go. Scraper, there we go. Thank you. So field widget actions, and you can see I have added a new action to load the document. You can select where the output of that document goes, the output format as well. You can output it directly to Markdown. So kind of cool. Another interaction point that we've introduced is through the MDX editor. So Kristen earlier on today was talking about how Context Control Center uses its own little MDX editor. So if we go to Context Control Center and we add a context item, I'm going to put in menu. So I wanted to eat sushi yesterday, but I missed the opportunity. I just got busy. So we're going to make our own little sushi website here. So this is a menu for sushi. Purpose. This will provide the sushi menu. And what I'm doing here is introducing a new context entity item that will allow an AI agent to read. So in this case, you may notice that a lot of restaurants, they provide their menu in PDF form, so I think this is a great use case here. So I have a sushi menu here from Bond Street, and I'll click on this little load document PDF plugin, and I could upload it as a file, but I'm just going to grab it directly from the website here. Actually, no, let's upload the file because that'll be a better example. So I'll choose that PDF, and then I'll click the Save button and insert it, load the document. And you can see it gets the PDF, loads the contents directly in here, which is fantastic. So now that we have the context item, I'll click Save. You can see we have our menu context item. One thing that I did forget to do was set it as a global context, which Kristen said never to do. Never do this, but I'm going to do it. Rules are meant to be broken, right? Okay, so now we have our context. So what can we do with that? Now we can open up this chat window and say, what roles are available? yeah, not Drupal roles. There we go. So we have a list of sushi rolls. So that's exciting. If I were to buy all of the soups, how much would that cost? Yeah, so it's interesting to be able to just grab some unstructured data. Like we did not look through that menu at all, what it understood. But we just grabbed that data from that unstructured document, loaded it onto our context, and now we're able to make queries directly against this document, which is really cool. So apparently if we get all of the soups, it's going to cost us $33.
Eating everything with shellfish.
Is there, what about everything with shellfish? I have no idea how this is gonna respond. Oh, there we go. So we have lobster, shrimp, Red snapper. Yeah,
No, it says shellfish.
Not shellfish.
Not shellfish.
Come on, AI.
Wah, wah. So that's a good little demonstration of what you can do with Document Loader, pairing it with other Drupal capabilities, introducing interactions that are really make this a very powerful system. So that is the Document Loader module. So kind of cool stuff. Yeah. So so what modules are here? There's a few different modules. Document Loader itself, it has AI automators and tools for AI agents. I did not demo those today, so that is something for another day to talk about. But those are really cool. That would allow you to directly be like, hey, what is in this document, directly through the AI agent itself. PDF parser module. This is the module that I use to parse those PDFs. The website module, Document Loader website. This uses. You might be familiar with readability. It's the Mozilla's little Firefox tool where you click it and it brings a website into like a readable form. So it uses that to parse documents itself. AI file to text. This is really cool. This leverages the AI module during its parsing so that you can do even more with it, like transform. You could take straight up a text file and try to get that text file to output Markdown itself rather than just like straight up text. Could try to augment the content itself through AI. And the Document Loader plugin API. This is really interesting. It allows you to make webhook requests. So if you have some content in Slack, for instance, and you want to parse that as a document, that's something that you could do using the plugin API. So really cool stuff. But what's next? We want to add more options through the MDX editor. We want to have a CK editor plugin similar to what we have with MDX editor. There's user interface tweaks that we could make around the Explorer tab to make it more user-friendly. Also, more input types. If you guys have a file format that you would like support for, definitely make it known. Love to hear your feedback. And config actions. I think it would be really cool if Document Loader was a possible config action. So when you're installing a recipe, for instance, it can read documents and create nodes out of that. That would be really neat. But yeah. So overall, everyone wants AI to answer questions based on their own data. It's really important to be able to own your own data and make queries directly to it. And with Document Loader, it makes it easy to load that data. So thanks so much. My name is again Rob Loach. Yes, question.
So I saw that you said you could upload like 1,000 Word docs of this and into like a media library. Is that like similar to the media library module?
Yeah. So this would work with that. This doesn't re-implement anything through Media Library. There is a Document Loader Media Library module, which just introduces those kind of interactions. So it's all using the Drupal APIs and stuff. Yeah, good question. Yes?
Should we get a cocktail napkin plugin?
Yeah, there you go. That'd be amazing. Yeah. More. I love any. There's been a lot of different ideas about how to use this. So if you guys have any ideas, feel free to jump on. We do have a Slack channel as well. If you're interested, join the Slack channel and we can collab from there.
Is this on Drupal.org?
Drupal.org. Yeah. We just hit do.o.o-1 or something. So there you go. I'm joking. Yeah, 2.0 stable is out. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you.